Welcome back. Education is supposed to be the fast track to getting ahead in life.
But a career-making opportunity has left some students feeling like they're getting the runaround. Here's Hannah.
These three had dreams, big dreams.
I wanted to be setting up women's boot camps, so I thought I would take on a personal training course and see where I got.
I love helping people. I love seeing people excited about different things, especially in fitness.
They shared those dreams and a dollop of cash.
It's approximately $1,400.
$660 and 68 cents.
I paid about $440.
With this company, Fitlink, which offered online training courses for fitness professionals.
I originally signed up with Fitlink because they were a REPS accredited institution.
REPS, Registered Exercise Professionals.
It would allow me to be able to work anywhere I wanted, knowing that I had the right qualifications.
But in October last year, Fitlink went belly up. The receiver was called in and the students got an email from Debit Success, the company which took payments from them on behalf of Fitlink. The email said its contract with Fitlink was done and dusted.
We've received emails saying at the moment we can't service our students because all assets have been frozen. It was 4 months of really hard work. Taken right out from underneath me.
Dozens of students like Samantha, Shelby and Braden were caught out spending thousands of dollars. Students like Stuart and Jamie invested hundreds of hours of work.
There are over 130 other people around the country that are going through the same thing.
These three believed their contracts finished when Fitlink went into receivership. But then the company re-emerged after what had apparently been an ownership dispute. The new Fitlink said it's back to business as usual, only the students disagreed.
Before they went into liquidation, they were REPS accredited, which meant we were automatically recognised by REPS as qualified personal trainers. When they went into liquidation, they lost that. I had no interest in continuing with them once they lost their accreditation.
If they didn't have REPS accreditation, I wouldn't have signed with them.
So Stana, Petter and Jamie wanted out of their contracts. Their direct debits to Fitlink had stopped when Debit Success cut its ties with Fitlink. But then money started going out of their bank accounts again, this time via another company, Flow2Cash, a company they hadn't signed up with.
I haven't okayed them. I haven't signed anything for them to be able to take money out of the bank.
It's quite scary to know that that happened without myself knowing or the bank letting me know as well.
They tried to put a stop on the payments with varying success.
They told me that Flow2Cash shouldn't have been able to load any payments because I hadn't given them an authority to withdraw money on my account.
It seems really wrong, morally wrong, unfair.
Oh, honestly, it was almost on the verge of violation.
Petter got some unusual advice.
So your bank actually suggested you cancel your bank account. What, is the only way of stopping this happening?
Pretty much.
Well, doesn't that seem ridiculous?
It was quite ridiculous. It's quite concerning.
What happened next was Fitlink sent in the debt collectors.
I'm being chased for $2,700 in course fees and $1,100 in debt collection fees. They say I still owe them about $2,700.
$4,612.
Other students like Wade Pope and Iron Maiden wanted out of their contracts. Some, like Cherie and Simon, hadn't paid much yet, but were now being chased to stay with Fitlink and continue paying fees.
Pretty frightening.
It is. And look, I think anybody who's had any brush with the debt collection industry will understand that the first letter is usually quite a threatening one. I mean, you'd think you're heading straight into bankruptcy if you got a note like that.
So can the students terminate their contracts? Well, Neve reckons yes. She says what's now offered by Fitlink is different from what the students signed up for.
There are certainly positive representations that are made in the contract to say that you will be recognised as a REPS, as a fully qualified personal trainer. That's a big statement and they need to stand behind it, and it appears that they're unable to do that. So that would certainly provide very strong grounds to be able to terminate the contract.
Neve says any students contesting their Fitlink contract should put it in writing to Fitlink saying why they want out, give written instructions to stop direct debits, notify the bank, Flow2Cash and Fitlink, and don't ignore the debt collectors. Tell them, again in writing, that the debt is contested. And then
get onto the Disputes Tribunal website, pull down one of those forms and lodge that claim. I would be very surprised if they weren't very successful. And I'd encourage everybody to go in that forum.
It's still a mystery how the new company, Flow2Cash, was able to just take over payments after the Debit Success arrangement had been terminated.
So if you sign up with me, I can't then send it over to somebody else and say, take money from your account.
We went right to the top for confirmation of that.
If you terminate the direct debit authority, then that can't be reactivated without your express authority. So if any further payments are made, they are effectively unauthorised unless the customer has subsequently given a new permission or a new authority.
But again, cancelling the direct debit is not the end of it.
So if you cancel a direct debit, you're cancelling the payment method. It does not cancel the underlying contract between the bank customer and the service provider or the initiator. So it's really important to be aware that you are simply cancelling a means of payment. You're not cancelling the underlying contract.
Which means these three still have a fight on their hands with Fitlink.
I want Fitlink to refund my course, cancel my course and contract, and stop hassling me. I don't want to study with you anymore. These are my reasons why you've breached this. I want out. And I really just don't know how they can sleep at night.
So what's Fitlink got to say about all this?
Well, they reckon they've got 1,000 happy students on their books.
But we wanted to talk to them about the 50 or so unhappy students who say Fitlink has been a terrible communicator.
Yeah, and we don't believe that's true. I hope that students aren't feeling that because we've done our best to communicate with them.
They do admit the dispute over the company ownership has caused problems.
I talked to multiple students, countless students during that time, and they were very confused.
People were posing as Fitlink that were no longer Fitlink, putting incorrect information out into the marketplace, if you want to say, which confused students.
Fitlink says they can get their students REPS accreditation, though there's nothing on the website.
If I was a student, I'd go on that website to look to see who is and who isn't REPS recognised, and you guys aren't on it.
And that's correct. We aren't registered anymore. We are working on a multiple of pathways now as a business to fulfill the qualifications that REP will need so that we can get back on their website.
Fitlink says Flojacash was legitimately able to take money out of students' accounts on Fitlink's behalf because
The direct debit request in the contract was with Fitlink.
even though this says debit success contract, not Fitlink contract, Angela insists.
The direct debit request was a Fitlink direct debit request.
And what about those heavy-handed debt collection letters?
So I've paid tutors. I've paid for resources and facilities so that I can provide service. So because 50, 80 people have changed their mind, why should over 1,000 students suffer? The student is no longer communicating with us.
But is the way of getting them to do that to frighten them into it?
No,
To bully them into it?
no, that's not the case at all. Priority absolutely is our students, and we ask them to call the office, have a conversation with us, and we'll deal with it on a case-by-case basis.
For those of you who are having issues with Fitlink, needs advice?
Yeah.
Try the Disputes Tribunal.
Okie dokie, coming up after the break, are you a